Hello and welcome back to the EmoDB channel on YouTube. We've seen in a previous video how easy it is to get EmoDB, the world's fastest immutable database, to run inside a Docker container, which we still have up and running here on this Linux system. We can do here Docker PS and we'll see we have EmoDB latest still up and running. And we also have seen that we can obtain the EmoDB client called EmuClient. And we can use it to log in to the database EmoDB with standard password EmoDB, which you should change as soon as possible as indicated here. And once we have this logged in, we can use this command line utility to write and read data from EmoDB. Just as a reminder, EmoDB is an append-only database which has a built-in cryptographic verification of no tampering of all the contents of the database. So if I do an EmuClient set names Andy, then I can do EmuClient save get names, and I should see that the latest change of this key is to value Andy, and it also verified that it did a cryptographic verification that all the records appended in the database have not been tampered by doing a SHA-256 verification through all the chain of all the records. So how can we use this for something very pragmatic, something easy to set up yet very powerful? Well, one of the easiest and most powerful use cases for this EmuClient, without having to resort to a lot of programming, which we can do in just a couple of minutes, is to use this to log all the authorization related log lines for all the login attempts, successful and unsuccessful, to EmoDB, so that no hacker can now enter the system and erase all the traces of her or his doing inside the system. Before, it's just written into a log file, which could be of course tampered with, but if we write it into EmoDB, it cannot be tampered with anymore. So let's do this. We know that there is an rsyslog conf which controls all the log related activities. We just go here to the bottom and we say for all authorization related log lines, please execute a script which we call user local bin emulog dot well, let's just say bash. I'm going to use bash for this. We write this, and now let's go write the script. We said emulog dot bash. And now first we log in into EmoDB with password EmoDB. As we just seen, as we did in the command line before. And now we take the argument which is passed on to the script, which is the log line, and we just do EmuClient set. We shall call the key auth for authorization, and then the argument 1 is written into it. We do this, and now the only thing left to do is to restart rsyslog. And now, and of course we need to make the script executable. And now let's see if it works. Localhost. We log out again, and now if we do a EmuClient save get auth, yes. So now we see that there is the value of the latest entry here is that a session has been removed. And so that's a typical log line from the authorization related topics. and it's been logged there. And not only can we get the latest log line, we can now see that we did the verification because we said safe get. And with safe get, we also get the cryptographic verification of no tampering of all the entries in the database. If we just say get, it will just get the data without attempting to do a cryptographic verification. But of course, in our case, we'll want to be sure. And so if we now run emu client history auth, we should see the history of all the, there we go. So we see that all our attempts related to authorization have been duly immutably logged inside EmoDB. And I will show here again before we end how simple it is. I think maybe just 4 lines of script is enough. And indeed, I think just 3 lines bash and then logging in and then just writing it into EmoDB with key auth and the value. And if we look at the line that's needed inside their rsyslog configuration file, it's just this line: all authorization related log lines, please execute this emu log bash. Of course, that's not the fastest way to do things because we constantly execute the program for every log line in a very busy system. This will generate a little bit of load, but there's ways to optimize this very, very substantially with rsyslog. And but this is just a way to show an extremely simple 3 lines script, yet extremely powerful way to use an immutable database such as EmoDB, the world's fastest immutable database. Thank you for watching. For any questions, please post them in the comments below this video. I'll be happy to answer. Take care. Goodbye.